What's going on, y'all? This is the Face Mask Podcast. My name is John Alsace, and today I wanted to get into a backfield breakdown of the Detroit Lions football team. Now, they're a team that I've been kind of down on throughout this whole offseason process because A, they lost Matt Stafford. B, they lost Kenny Golladay, right? And they replaced Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones, they lost him too, with Tyrell Williams and Brashad Perryman, right? Yeah, and they also went out and they got Jared Goff as a replacement for Matt Stafford in a pick swap deal. You know, this is not exactly the type of high-profile free agent or trade you want to see your team making. This doesn't benefit their team in any way, form, or fashion. This is a downgrade to two of the most important positions in football. With all that being said, from a backfield perspective, I like what I see here. You got a group that's headlined by DeAndre Swift. And you brought in Jamal Williams as competition to Kerryon Johnson. And they opted not to re-sign, thankfully, AP. Even though I love AP. AP, I love you. It would be cool to see you get some spot work just so that you continue to get some yards put towards your Hall of Fame career, because I would like to see you break some milestones. I think that'd be pretty cool. But not at the expense of DeAndre Swift. Why don't you go to the Raiders, Abe? DeAndre Swift, 22 years old. In his 21-year-old rookie season, he had 521 yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground. And he caught 46 receptions for 357 yards and 2 TDs. 80.7% catch percentage, completion percentage when thrown in its direction. He has less competition because AP's gone. Yes, they brought in Jamal Williams, but I think Jamal Williams is more competition for Kerryon Johnson than it is competition for DeAndre Swift. If you look at what AP did last year, 156 rushes for 604 yards and 7 touchdowns. Throw all that work at DeAndre Swift. Okay, not all that work. But I'd say half of that work. Give half of that work to DeAndre Swift. Give 100 of those touches to DeAndre Swift. Then you get 56 of those rushes. DeAndre Swift ends up with 211 rushes. I think that would make sense. A breakdown like that. And just give Kerryon Johnson's crumbs, whatever's left. But one thing that we haven't really talked about is that Jared Goff supported the running back 1 in fantasy overall with Todd Gurley. How did he do that? Play action and dump offs to the running back position. Now, if they were smart, they would mimic that sort of offense in Detroit with Goff as their new quarterback, their new play caller. And they would have DeAndre Swift play the Todd Gurley role. And people aren't talking about the upside that brings, especially when you take into account that, yes, he has more target competition this year, because I expect Jamal Williams to be thrown more passes in his direction than AP got last year. AP had 12 catches for 101 yards. I expect that to be up a lot higher for Jamal Williams. But I still expect DeAndre Swift to get a lot of that receiving work. I think it could be a discount Alvin Kamara at the end of this season. if everything breaks right for him. Because his competition for targets starts and ends with TJ Hawkinson. Unless they draft somebody and invest significant draft capital in somebody, or just hit late and get lucky, something that doesn't really happen with Detroit Lions players. I don't expect Quintus Cephas, Tyrell Williams, Rashad Perryman, Jamal Williams as a receiver to take any work away from Hawkinson and Swift. It's going to be the Hawkins-Swift show. That's what it's going to be. Hawkinson, it's going to be a tight end one. This isn't a tight end show. It's a backfield breakdown. But DeAndre Swift is going to be a back-end running back one who has the possibility, the upside, and I think will have the passing down workload that could get him into the top 5 at the position. I really do. Jamal Williams, I think he's going to stick around what he's been getting. Honestly, I think the Jamal Williams, like I said, the Jamal Williams signing hurts Kerryon Johnson, doesn't hurt DeAndre Swift. I would expect Jamal Williams to get a significant 1/3 of that AP work and then take some work away from Kerryon Johnson. I would expect Kerryon Johnson only really to be relied upon in the event of injury to one of the top 2 back. Because if DeAndre Swift gets hurt, one thing we haven't talked about is the handcuff value of Jamal Williams, because as he's shown in Green Bay, he can perform like a running back one in an offense, not a fantasy running back one. He can perform like a NFL real life running back one when relied upon in spots in the event of injury. And it can be relatively effective. He's a guy who can do spot work. He's only 26 years old. So, where does this leave us? DeAndre Swift, back-end running back one with top 5 upside. Kerryon Johnson, not a lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Not a lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Jamal Williams, I think he's going to end up being low-end running back 3 unless injury strikes, in which case he could be a very serviceable running back 2 based off of workload and the fact that I think he's a pretty decent do-it-all back. I think that's really all that needs to be said about the Detroit Lions backfield. If you disagree with me and think Kerryon Johnson's going to light the world on fire this year, by all means, tell me in the comment section below. But hopefully you guys are agreeing with me. Thank you guys for listening. This is the Face Mask Podcast. My name is John Alsace. Hope you guys have a great day.